Hello, everybody, and welcome to the No Zone. And we are here for the Tarda Zone live. We're here to do 73 yards. Yes, RTD has picked this up as the best thing he has ever written. So he has set himself up for a big fail here if he doesn't actually produce. And as we have seen so far, for a lot of us, he hasn't actually done a good job so far. But we'll see what happens tonight. This may be the moment that we actually get some decent Doctor Who. But just obviously before we get into the whole watch along reaction, um, I just want to talk about very briefly, just talk about the ratings because obviously when the ratings come in for this, you're going to find uh, the usual suspects are going to be spinning these ratings very, very hard. Now, the latest is what I'm hearing from people out there that are spinning the ratings. You're not going to get this, folks, right? So apparently, the 7 days, the overnights don't matter anymore. The 7 day figures don't matter anymore. The figures that matter now are the 28-day consolidated figures, right? So this is the new spin that they're putting out there. Now, they're also spinning the fact Doctor Who has done pretty okay internationally. I won't say it's been an absolute major success, but because it's been in the top 10 in some countries around the world, they're equating that to success. Um, with the budget that Doctor Who has and the amount of money that Disney have pumped in, you'd expect this show to be the number one show across the world. I'm sorry, but if you're willing to, as I keep saying, I believe that, and I don't want to get into this again, but you know, um, I don't know what it is, but I don't know whether it is fans lowering their standards, whatever it is, but I don't get it. Um, but this one has to produce because if it doesn't, I just want to remind folks that tonight is the halfway point of the series. So if we get halfway and it's still dire, then how does people expect the second half to be any better? Also, the Sean Pertwee stuff seems to be really ramping up quite a bit. Now, there are some people out there that are saying it's fake, that the we've seen this before with fans editing stuff on Wikipedia and other sites like that. So we can't really tell if it's legit or not. But I will say that the rumours are getting stronger in favour of um, Sean Pertwee um, making an appearance in the series. Now, as I said to some people in the chat, look, if it happens, right? But I'm gonna say it out straight now. They better respect the legacy of John Pertwee because you know it's not going to go down well with fans if his legacy is tainted in any way. Now, the one thing that gives me a bit of solace is the fact that I don't think Sean would deliberately desecrate his father's legacy with Doctor Who. So if it was to happen, um, I'm pretty sure he'd make sure that it's respectful. But it's again, why do you need to be bringing back old doctors? You know what I mean? I've just got this. We spoke about it. He is doing this multiverse nonsense, right? But I just don't want all doctors dragged into all of this. To be quite honest with you, can you not leave us with that and like leave Classic Who alone now? We had Chibs, we had Chibs. messing around with Classic 2, and it didn't go down well with fans. And if RTD is gonna do the same thing, well then it's not going to be received well by fans if it's not done respectfully. Now, just let me know actually if my audio is okay, will you? Because I do have the camera set up. I just haven't switched it on yet. But I do have the camera set up. I just want to make sure that the audio is fine because in reality, last week I didn't put the camera on, and the whole point is for you see me reaction. I suppose you can hear me reaction, but seeing me reaction is slightly different, right? Well, Peter Davison is saying that the audio is fine, and he's one of our members. We've also got Bobby D in the chat, who's one of our members as well, and our mod and our one of my co-hosts is in the chat tonight as well, PD Rich. A tiny bit of a crackle, but it sounds okay. Right, yeah, I just think the mic on the camera is not the greatest. See, I have to put the earphones in the computer that I'm actually watching Doctor Who on, because you would hear it through the earphones if I had it up. So it's a bit of an awkward setup, but we'll keep going. But let's see, who have we got in the chat anyway? I'll try to keep it low and see if that actually helps. We got Lindsay in the chat. We've got YW2324. We've got Aaron Baker in the chat as well. And we've got Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, MCU, and now Doctor Who. Jeez, that's a mouthful. Let's see. We've got David Roberts in the chat. Alan Seymour in the chat. Michael is in the chat. Nicholas Horton. As I said, Peter Davis and Lee Anthony Davis is in the chat. Nice to see you, Lee. Who else have we got? We got Michael in the chat as well. Welcome, Michael. There's two Michaels, so it's Michael Gibbons in the chat as well. Welcome, nice to see you. Don't forget to hit that like button, folks, if you don't mind. You are coming through clear, says Alan. Fantastic. Right, well, we don't have long to wait, so I'll just refresh this, just see if the episode even pops up. Now, I've been informed by the old missus that unfortunately I'm going to have ads going through this. So unfortunately, it's the only way we can watch it. For some weird reason, as you know, I was able to do all the episodes up until the Devil's Cord without ads, but all of a sudden now, Boom last week had a few ads, and I'm going to get a few ads now. I don't know what it is or why it's happening. Some mad, I don't know. She explained it to me, but I'm not very technical on those things, as you know. So yeah, but there's not many, they don't go on for long anyway. But it just was a bit of a surprise when I was watching. So yeah. So, oh, why am I being sent loads of stuff now? What happened? Wow. Hold on, guys, just bear with me. Actually, before this episode does drop, everybody that's watching in the chat there, let me know what you think is going to happen tonight. Do you think it's going to be? Are we going to get a good episode tonight? RTD has picked this up as the best thing he has written. Now, most of the media outlets and the critics have given this one um either if it's the rating is 5 stars, then they've given it 4 stars out of 5. If it's 4 stars, they've given it 3 stars out of 4. So the critics seem to like this. Now we all know that for the past few years the critics are not to be trusted, right? I mean, they would say, I mean, they bleed and all love Barbie for fuck's sake, right? And all the critics criticize the Super Mario movie. And I love the as you saw, I'm a big Super Mario fan anyway. So I actually love that movie. But you heard like some of the reviewers, especially the feminists, toxic masculinity, all of this other rubbish. So we know not to trust the critics, right? But what do you think? Do you think we'll get 73 yards as the episode that will stand out of the ones that we got, or do you think it's going to be the same old shit? And we've got culture popping a bebop in the chat. Nice to see it. He does. If you just want to follow, they're on X and also on YouTube. Um, I would love to enjoy some new Doctor Who again. Is his comment, and I actually agree with you there. That's all we want, mate. I mean, we're not even asking for much. Do you know what I mean? As I said, the industry is being bogged down in trying to, you know, show how diverse and inclusive it is. But what they've forgotten to do is they've forgotten to hire some talented people. Like, you know, you look back. I'm watching the original series of Star Trek again, right? And even in that, there was messages, right? But the thing about it was, and I keep saying this, right, because you hear these newer fans today tell us, oh, well, Doctor Who has always been political, right? And they've always had a message. Yeah, but if you look at the way Doctor Who did it, if you look at the way Star Trek did it, but it wasn't in your face. The story, right? The story was the focus, the character development, stuff like that actually matters. Do you know what I mean? Like they still got their message in, but they didn't ram it down your throat. And that's what's wrong. You ram it down, and see, I think people have gotten sick of it now that they won't even tolerate even a little bit now anymore. Which, that's just the way it's gone. Though it's gone from one extreme to the other now. People just won't, if there's even a little hint of it in a movie or a TV show, it turns a lot of people off. But you can't blame them. And then Hollywood is wondering why it's in dire straits. You know, Disney wonder why they're in dire straits. BBC, you look at BBC and ITV in their heyday. I mean, the quality of the shows, right? The dramas, even the comedy, especially, right? BBC for comedy and ITV for comedy. The best places you could get comedy. Now, you wouldn't even watch them. You wouldn't even watch any of their shows now, right? Even EastEnders has gone that way. Right here it is. 73 yards is here, and it's 50 minutes long. So hold on, get the earphones in now. We get this bleeding show on the road because I'm using Cheryl's computer, so I have to give it back to her. She's in bed now, so hopefully I don't wake her up with the show. Don't give me a reason to show RTV. Anyway, hold on, I'll knock on the camera as well. Here we go. So we're all good to go. So let's do this. That's it. It's a science fiction show. Do you know what I mean? You're right, Lee. It's a science fiction show, so give us some fucking science fiction. Anyway, here we go. Oh, don't be a letdown. Come on. I'm kidding myself, though. Here we go, right? TARDIS is landing. Written by Russell T. Right. Oh shoot, he's got the red hat on and the fucking yellow jacket. Wales. Again, it looks beautiful, but that's not what we Doctor Who fans, that's not what we watch the show for. Do you know what I mean? We don't watch it to look stunning. 2046. Oh, he's at the standing on something now. Yeah, I had no choice, man. The wife, I had to get the haircut. Rest in peace, Mad Jack. Where's right? The doctor's just disappeared. I mean, shooting. We've got Scott in the chat. Welcome, Scott. She can't get into. She can't open the TARDIS with the key. I hope you're not having a pee around at the back. Wow. Oh, some right. There's some sort of whispering. I don't know. She's kind of. The older woman is kind of gesturing like Ruby. I've done nothing to the doctor. Right, so she's walking down. Oh, now the old lady is up beside the TARDIS. Oh, now she's down again. It's like as if she's tracking her or something. Oh, there she is again. She's just popping up everywhere. Right, we got a bit of snow, CGI snow. Your woman is doing something though with her arms and stuff. No, it's the same lady. This Yeah, I've started. Yeah, I'm. Oh, it goes backwards on this. Oh, hold on. 5 minutes, 5 minutes and 30 seconds in. Right, see, a woman's doing these hand gestures, and then she's putting her hands out like this, and there. So she put her hands on her heart, then she puts the two hands up, there. So the hand goes on the chest. What? Oh, she's just running away. Right, we're in the village now. Right, so far, I mean, it's there's a bit of tension. There's your woman again, and she's doing the hand gestures again. Oh my god, that's a weird looking bar. 65 quid for a room. Hmm. There you go. We're next week. We're getting Christianity. What is RTD's obsession with her faith like? And your woman that behind the bar just has an attitude for nothing. Like I don't. 5 quid for a coke? I mean, yeah. Is he going to run as well? He's running as well. Oh, they're all acting up. Fairy circle. This is the longest intro ever. Is there no, is this, there's no intro. Just start it straight away. Uh-oh. No. So Mad Jack is back. Ali is in the chat. Oh, for fuck's sake. That was. Were they winding her up all along? She's still there the next day. Do you know what I have to say? I'm not going to lie. So far, I actually like this episode. Bar that one little line, this is not actually bad. I mean, I think that's just what the way a woman is. But she gave her some clothes there to wear, so that was nice. But there's the TARDIS. What she said, she's going to sit outside the TARDIS. Eh? Oh, do you want her to go now? She's talking to the TARDIS now. Well, she's talking to the Doctor. She thinks he's in the TARDIS, but he's not. Where's she going to go? Oh, there's that woman again. There, so she's doing that. So hold on, let's see if I can do these hand gestures, right? So, hold on now. Right, she's on a train now. So she going home, but is she in the sec? Is she in? It's 20. Is she in 2024? Did I miss that? Oh, there's the old lady. No matter where she goes. Yeah, I will admit it is more dramatic with Shuey, but now that she's gone home, the tone has kind of changed now a little bit. So is the mother gonna, our foster mother is gonna try go up to this old woman? Oh no. Oh, there's a no, nothing to do with me. She's just gone downstairs. She looks like what she looks like. Hold on now. The phone's gone off easy. Oh, oh, she's ran off as well. What the hell's going on here, man? Right, so she is 73 yards away from her every time, yeah. So she can't actually approach her, but other people can. And there's her mother in the taxi now with a face on her, a foster mother. Well, she had to give her that look of disdain, like, what the hell? She's just got in a taxi. She's driving away. She's leaving her own mother. Well, she's just dropping her phone. Yeah, she's. Oh, did the granny lock her up? Even your real mother didn't want. So what's this old lady saying to all these people? Like, oh, Kate Stewart is here. So a year. This been going on a year. I don't think that's actually. This Kate Stewart's acting a bit weird for me. Something about. I don't know. This Kate Stewart is acting a little bit. Unless this is the way she's playing it now. She just seems rather too cheery or something. Um, so you are into witchcraft now. Oh, disengage and they've all. Why are they all? Right, she's 25 now. Oh, she's 30 now. Ruby, she's 40 now. Oh, she just seen Mad Jack on the TV. Oh, yeah. This is the guy that Shooty's doctor said was going to be the worst prime minister in history. Oh, she's literally carrying the coats. Good night, Lee. Election 46. Wow, he wants to fire nuclear. Oh, he's got a landslide victory. So what did Ruby actually do though to stop this from happening? Like I don't get it. Like he's won. He's after doing something to that girl. Imagine. Yeah, he's definitely after doing something to that Marty one. Is she gonna walk? Oh, she's walking on the grass. Oh, the clothes. I know what she's trying to do. Is she gonna get shot here? Oh, he's look. The Prime Minister's the old lady. He's looking, and he's run off. But the lady is still there. Oh, there's little spaceships flying in the sky now because it's 20, whatever, 40 years later. Here we go. No, she's an old lady, I bet you. There's a walking cane. It is. And the TARDIS is still there. So our mother, the foster mother, never saw her again, and she never saw her, never found out who her real mother was. She's an old lady now. No, she's in a hospital bed now. Everybody's abandoned our whole life. Oh, the whispering's back. Oh, she's in the room with her now. Oh, she's gonna die. It was Ruby. Don't step. The mysterious woman was Ruby. Yes, so she. Well, I actually like that. And I think the reason why I liked it was because Shooty wasn't in it. And because it wasn't typical Doctor Who. He's right about that. This is definitely not what you know, you would normally consider Doctor Who. He said that this was, you know, this one would have people talking. He said it was the best thing that he's ever written for Doctor Who. Well, I'd probably have to agree with him there. Um, but I actually like that. Um, it's still look. I'm not going to sit here and say we've turned the corner. We definitely haven't turned the corner yet. But to me, out of all the episodes that I've seen so far, I've enjoyed this one out of all of them. So, I mean, it was interesting. It was a good concept, but yeah, I mean, the ending was a bit like it's not explained how it just. Someone said in the chat maybe the TARDIS or something put her in some sort of. But yeah, I actually enjoyed that. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here now and say that I hate it for the sake of hating it. I actually did enjoy that one. Um, wasn't expecting that. I mean, look. Well, Raymond, everybody's gonna is gonna have different opinions on that, but like I thought the last few that we've had are awful, and I think this one is the best one I've seen from him so far. Um, I really see. I like stuff like that. I like all of that mystery, and I like all of that. It was an interesting one. Interesting. I'll have to watch it again, of course, because when you're doing one of these, you want to talk as well while you're watching. So I'll watch it again, but I did actually enjoy that. The only criticism I have is obviously you and Kate Stewart showed up, and now you and a deal of witchcraft. It's actually come out of her own mouth. And this part, I mean, stop it, will you? I mean, like, we don't need to be going down that, but that's where we're going with this. Um, and then that line, that thrown in that line about Christianity, again, RTD has this fascination with wanting to tear down people's faiths because obviously he's not a religious person, so he wants to take a dig, and I don't like that. Now, I've got to say, but did it take away from what I saw? No. I actually enjoyed this week's episode. And look, you all saw me last week. You saw me review as well. I got highly fucking agitated. I did. Um, and this by far is the best episode of the era. I've got to say. He bigged it up, and I've got to say I think it's justified. Look, I know you know, people will just hate on it anyway. But as I told you, I'm just going to be honest each week. I enjoyed this one. I haven't enjoyed any other episode before then. And this is the first one that I've enjoyed. So for me, this episode did it for me. So anyway, I see some people are not happy with the episodes. That's again, as I said, I haven't been happy so far. Um, so not bad, not bad. Um, obviously, as I said, Raymond is not a fan. Bobby said turn leftish, bit like that. Well, yeah, sort of. It sort of, kind of, and not. It's weird one, isn't it? It's that's what I'm saying. It's not actually. If would it be a typical Doctor Who episode? I would have to say probably not, but maybe that's what's made this better than every other episode I've watched. Um, but no, I'm not lying. I actually did enjoy that one. Um, I'll watch it again, of course, but right now I feel like I actually enjoyed that. So that's not it's not bad. It's what I wanted. I said I wanted to enjoy an episode, and I've enjoyed that one. And you know what, Millie was pretty good in this one as well. She could hold an episode, I think, so it's proven. Um, but yeah, if the Doctor had been actually in this episode, it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have been good. It wouldn't have been good. Um, PD says this whole series is going to be total wishy-washy. I need stuff to make sense, says Raymond Williams. Well, it does make sense. It does make sense. I mean, the only part that probably doesn't make sense is the fact that how they reverted right back at the end. But I think it was the obviously the older Ruby that did that when she was when obviously she was lying in bed dying, but the other Ruby came in and then she fucking it flipped back. And then that's what it was. That version of Ruby was telling her to mind her step, make sure they didn't stand on the oak to start that sequence of events. So it does actually make sense. Um, it's whether see this is where it's going to go with this one. It's whether people believe that you know they think this is a Doctor Who episode or does it feel out of place. Um, But as I said, I think the fact that it wasn't a kind of a Doctor Who episode for me worked. It actually did work. And I did like the scenes in the pub, in the pub, it was that was a great way to start it. Obviously she's following her down the mountain about 73 yards from every time she's walked and she's there. Like they build up the tension and then when the first woman goes up to talk to her and then she looks around at Ruby and then runs off and screams like, what the hell is going on here? So there was the tension and all was there, you know. Um, and then of course Kate Stewart showed up. And obviously that is the way she's playing the new Kate, but she seemed very rather smiley to me or something. I don't know. She just I don't know what it was with it, but there's something a little bit off with Kate there. Um, and I'm still going to say that I think there is. But again, when Unit engaged and they all turned and looked at Ruby and then they ran off, like it was good. I liked it. So look, bottom line is I haven't liked any episode he's written. I didn't like Boom last week either. But this episode I really liked. There's a few little nitpicks, of course. You know what I mean? Like, but did it actually ruin the overall story? No. I know people will pick up on the fact that the fella that became prime minister probably did something to your woman and stuff like that. And people will, liken that to what Trump has been accused of and being found guilty of. But I would say to people, all right, yeah, there's those nitpicks there, but you've got to look at it as a whole. Did it actually take away from the whole story? And I don't think it did. But as I said at the start, when we were talking about this, even if there's a little hint of the woke agenda, as they say, people will get turned off straight away rather than just looking and see was there a story there, and there was a story there, and Millie did play it well. The only, I suppose, the makeup could have been little bit more convincing with the aging when Millie was aging, I suppose, or Ruby was aging. But again, that's just another little nitpick. Um, so so yeah, the deal in witchcraft. That's one thing I don't like. Now I will admit this whole thing that unit now are dealing in witchcraft. We did. Look, he did say that this. Look, we already knew. He said that this season was going to be more paranormal and second, and that's not what Doctor Who is. But that episode was really interesting tonight. I really did enjoy it. I'm not gonna lie. I think everybody be surprised now. Me review on when they join us on Wednesday now, because it'll be the first time that I'll actually be happy. Um, I think this has been generously 6 out of 10. I will give it a 4. I mean, as I said, people are gonna look. You are gonna judge you the way you want it. I mean, I, I said last week about Boom. I thought it was awful. It was awful. Um, but I did, I did like this one personally. Look, the end, they're not going to take. Look, the end of the day, right? There's people in the chat saying, is it worth the watch? Look, bottom line, don't take my word for it, right? Don't take anybody else's word for it, because we all have different opinions. Go and watch it yourself. Don't ask people, should you watch it? Go and bloody watch the thing. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's as simple as that. I hate this thing now where, well, is it worth not go and watch it yourselves. Don't be listening to anybody, right? I just do this because there's people here that like me doing this, and I react to them, and then I give me opinion. Wednesday we'll have our panel and we'll do a review, right? But at the end of the day, watch the bloody thing yourself. Don't be waiting on other people to tell you whether it's good or bad. Do you know what I mean? Just go and watch it yourself and judge it for yourself. Because if you listen to me or you listen to anybody out there, you're going to go in with preconceptions about it, right? And then when you go in, you watch it. Then you're going to be thinking what other people have said, right? Just go in and watch it yourself. And if you think it's good, it's good. If you don't think it's good, then fair enough. But always, I've been saying this the last couple of years. Go and watch these things for yourself, right? Never take a critic's word for it, right? Or a YouTuber's word for it, right? Or anybody on social media, because we all have different tastes, right? We all have different tastes, right? So, while this week's episode for me, this one, I actually did enjoy. I know for a fact there's going to be people out there that are not going to enjoy, right? And then there'll be just some out there that are just going to blind hate it. And then there's some out there that are going to overpraise it, right? We've got all types in this fandom. But at the end of the day, go and check these things out for yourselves. The bottom line is, look, you know what I mean? I just got to the stage here now with this show where it doesn't matter. Yes, it's one episode that I've enjoyed. But the bottom line is, it's been a disaster of an era. Yeah, I don't think it will improve. I think that's the high point now. I think this episode will be the high point, and it's going to dip again. But again, the ratings coming for this is going to be low anyway, because the first few episodes have actually killed the whole lot. Do you know what I mean? PD like last week's, you know what I mean? That's what I mean. So, and I didn't agree with everybody. People probably won't agree with me on the panel on Wednesday, but the bottom line is, I actually enjoyed it. Simple. But look, I think, in fairness, though, I think this is going to be the high point. And you know what? It's an episode that was without Shooty, which is actually sad. But there you go. There you go. I mean, he's in the first few minutes, and then he's right at the end. But then when he comes back at the end, it's kind of like he's just too. I don't know, man. I know some people see potential in him, and I saw some things in him that I thought, yeah, but I don't know, man. Then I saw the trailer for next week. He just doesn't. He's not doing enough to convince me right now. Um, as for Millie, um, the bottom line is she is a good actress. I said that she's been on Coronation Street, and I've seen her acting, so she's actually a good actress. She did well in this episode, and it did showcase her acting ability. It's just a pity that she didn't get more scenes in the as she was aging. Do you know what I mean? Longer scenes, because they seem to kind of just fly by. And next week looks like the next week looks like that bleeding Channel 4 game that they had called it. What was it? Everybody was locked up in the individual rooms with a screen. I don't know what the name of the bleeding show was, but someone in the chat might know. The Circle, I think it's called, or something. No, it looks like that does. It looks like a kind of a rip off of a Dark Mirror episode that I watched years ago as well. Or Black Mirror, sorry, episode that I saw years ago. So yeah, it done right, but it's got that big slug creature that we actually saw pictures of. So it looks a bit like Aliens of London today with the blade and fucking alien design. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. But look, the bottom line is that, as I said, even if this was the turning point, and even if the next few episodes were to do well and were good, it doesn't matter. It's the episodes before. You know what I mean? You needed to have a perfect season here, and you're not having a perfect season. So it's just such a shame. Such a shame. I can guarantee you, if this episode, if this series went well, people would rate this episode. But because I think of what came before, I don't think this episode is actually going to get its credits. And I think people will just rather focus on the negative. And I don't think there's many negatives, to be quite honest with you. We could have, what, this episode could have done with probably another 10 more minutes if it was being super critical, maybe to get a bit more, as I said, stretch a few of those scenes out, maybe. But yeah, not bad, not bad. But there you go. What can I say? We'll see what everybody has to say. I'm pretty sure I'll be criticised, but I don't really care. Bottom line is, I can't lie. I'm not going to lie. I told you that I'd be just out straight all the time, and I just have to be honest with myself. And I did really enjoy that one. I haven't enjoyed any episode so far of the RTD era, or as is the specials, the 60th anniversary, like is where I was disappointed with that as well. So I mean, this is the first episode that I can actually say that I've actually really liked. So there you go. Anyway, we will be back on Monday. But of course, we will have our panel on Wednesday. And Matt has told me he will be joining us. So Matt will be here along with the regulars. And we will be dissecting this. It'll be interesting to see what the rest of the panel actually thought of this episode. But it's going to be a pretty interesting one. That's what I like about you and all the honesty, unlike Mr. Teabag, who's in denial all the time to try and impress his guy. Look, the bottom line is, I still think that the show's in serious trouble, and I don't think it's going to be rescued because of this one episode. But I suppose you know me. I can't just sit here and just hate something for the fact. See, this is what the other side think, that I just hate on it for the sake of hating on it. I don't. I want to feel that that the writer wants me to focus on what they're doing. And this week, I felt that. Every other week he's tuned me out because he's an idiot. But this week he actually did do something, and It'll be interesting to see. Do you know what? The fan reaction to me will actually be interesting on this one. Because I think with the rest of them, it's been pretty much you've either hated or there's been overpraise for some of the episodes. But I think this one is really going to get fans talking, and it's going to be it's going to be an interesting one for people to review. And I think the more people will be talking about it, you know, maybe you might get a little bit of credit. But you know, look. Do you know if you had no, it still wouldn't have made a difference actually. But you know what? This had been the first episode. But I suppose then if you follow up with the rest that we got, we're still in the same position, I suppose. But you know, this would have been a good season opener actually. By the way, it started differently as well, by the way. Because it didn't start with the theme tune. It went straight into the episode written by RTD and just carried on. We got the theme tune right at the end, like, but it just that was different as well, like. So you know what I mean? It came in that way, and I was like, and I didn't even know. I think I even said it on the stream. I says, "Hang on, we're 11 minutes in. We still haven't had the title sequence. What's going on?" But yeah, there's a lot of but the old people in this are very creepy though. Not they creep me out, man. Starting to look at all these old people. What the fuck, you know? Um, but yeah, not bad, not bad. Anyway, look, as I said, go and watch it yourselves. Make up your own mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to anybody else out there. Everybody has different tastes. Everybody will have different opinions. And you know, go and watch it and then judge it for yourself. And if you think it's good, then brilliant. You've gotten an episode that you can enjoy. If not, sorry, guys, and I hope next week you might get an episode. See, this is the thing. We shouldn't, in fairness though, we as fans, that shouldn't be the case. We shouldn't all be waiting and hoping that this week is an episode that we get that we like. Do you know what I mean? They should be doing smashing them out week in, week out, and they should be doing, you know, they should be getting the fans talking and excited, but that hasn't been the case, you know. Um, but this one stands out because I think number of factors. It's different to any Doctor Who episode in the New Who era, I would say. Um, Also, you know, it didn't have Shooty in it, and you know that might wreck some people's heads, but Shooty not being in this episode was the best thing about this episode because I think his vibe would have ruined the whole tension building that was going on and stuff. So actually, you know, a lot of people were worried about, you know, the Doctor not a Doctorless episode. Well, I actually think, you know, it did pretty well without him. And I think that's a damning indictment actually on maybe Shooty or the casting of Shooty. You know, if I'm sitting here saying that this episode was better because Shooty wasn't in it, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other fans would probably say the same thing. It's not a good reflection on Shooty. I think what it is with Shooty is that, you know, he's coming out with all this slang babes and all of this sort of crap, and he's just not connecting with fans like me. He's probably connecting with all the Gen Z, as they like to call themselves, but I don't give a shit about the Gen Z, right? This is our bleeding show. Yous have decided to watch Doctor Who because he's heard good things about it, but yet you want the show to be shaped in your image rather than Doctor Who just being what it should be, which is an intelligent sci-fi show. Anyway, let me see. Peter Davidson says if it had any other episode with any other doctor, people would scream. Well, this episode didn't need a doctor. That's the thing. And some people did comment that if Boom had Peter Capaldi in it, it would have been a better episode. See, the thing about it is Shooty spent half of his time crying in that episode. And he's not, I'm sorry, but he's not, he might be connecting with some of these Gen Z fans, but he's not connecting with the wider audience, I don't think. And, you know, that's down to whatever, however, because he wanted to play it traditionally, by the way. He's even said it himself, he wanted a traditional costume as well, right? And he was vetoed by RTD. So RTD has him playing it the way he wants him to play. And I think it's alienating the fans. So this is why I think this works for me, because as soon as he was gone, the episode actually, you know, the tension was building up straight away because obviously Ruby was there. She was looking for the doctor. She couldn't use the key, the TARDIS. And then she sees the old lady. And then she starts talking. The tension is building and building and building and building. So if he had been there, you know, he would have ruined all of that. The whole time, it would have been a completely different episode if he was in. So keep Millie and get rid of Shooty. Sorry to say it, but you know, it's RTD's fault, by the way. But Shooty has to go. This episode has actually shown that, you know, Shooty needs to go. So that's what 73 yards has done for me. So not only have I enjoyed it, but it's made me realise that this show would be better off with someone else in the role rather than Shooty. And obviously you'd have to, even though it is probably RTD's best episode, you'd have to replace RTD. Millie did well in this episode and she held it. Listen, you know what I mean? That episode was hers and she done well. So yeah, Shooty has to go. Of course, I'll be called racist now. Well, it's nothing got to do with his skin colour. It's got to do with the fact that he's not playing the Doctor right, because he's been told not to play the Doctor right. So unless RTD actually course corrects and gets Shooty to play the Doctor the way Shooty wanted to play, which was traditionally, and play it serious and all of that, then you have to replace them because it's not going to. Because when I saw the trailer for next week's one, as soon as he opens his mouth, he's just actually, you know, I just lose focus because I can't take him seriously. Because even when he's trying to be sinister, it just doesn't convince me that he is sinister. Unlike when David Tennant got angry or Matt Smith got angry, I just don't believe Shooty when he's getting angry. And I'm sorry, I mean, this Doctor just cries like a bitch. I mean, you got to stop with the crying business. Well, look, I've enjoyed one episode out of what? So the three so-called the 60th specials, right? The Church on Ruby Road, and right then we had Starbeat. No, then we had fucking, see, now I'm even getting confused about the episode titles now because it's that fucking shit. What was the first episode called again? The New Era, Can't Be Bothered, me arse. The second one was what? The Devil's Car. Oh, Space Babies, yeah. So Space Babies was shy, Devil's Card was shy, Boom was shy. The 60th anniversaries was shy. And this one was the best episode. So even when you look at it that way, he's still done a shit job. And even if this was the turning point, as I said, it's too late. But yeah, you got they'll have to replace shooting because it's too. I know. Moffat did it with Peter Capaldi. You know, a lot of people say in season 8, Capaldi's doctor was a bit too abrasive and he was a bit cold and stuff. But I actually liked that. But the younger fans didn't. So Moffat then toned them down, got the balance right, I suppose. And I did say he did get the balance right, and he was probably better for it. But I didn't mind that grumpy old doctor, that one. That's the way I really wanted it to be played, but it was never going to happen. But he got the balance right now. If RTD was to do that for season 2, shoot, it's too late anyway. So even the course correct here, every single episode now would have to, right? So 73 yards apparently is the best thing he's written for Doctor Who. So basically what he's admitted is that's the best you're getting. And now quality is going to dip again. Right? So, because that's the way I see it. Unless I'm taking it up wrong, but someone says this is the best thing I've written for Doctor Who, right? Well, then you're saying everything else that you've written is subpar, basically. So we'll see. But what I'd have to say is that it has to even improve on 73 yards. So to keep the momentum going, next week's episode has to be better than 73 yards, right? And then the episode after that has to be better than the next one. And so on until we get to season's end. Now, if he could turn it around like that, I still think a lot of fans are not going to tune in, but if he could turn it around, he might be able to win some back over. But again, it's Disney. Disney kind of have a habit of doing this, though. You know, give you 1 or 2 good episodes, make you think that they're back, that the show is turning a corner, and then bang. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I've had a long night, and I'm going to watch some original Star Trek now and chill out. That's what I'm going to do now, because I'm still on season 1. I forgot there were so many episodes in Bleeding Original series, but I think I'm on episode 12 now or something. So yeah, I'm going to watch a couple of episodes of that now, and then I'll hit the sack. And then Manchester United's tomorrow in the FA Cup against Manchester City, so I'll be watching that. I've got stuff to do on Sunday, so I'll be back here on Monday. As I said, we've got plenty of other Doctor Who stuff to talk about, and I'm pretty sure, well, we will have the overnights, so we'll have plenty of debate about the overnights as well. So yeah, but anyway, leave it there, folks. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. If you've just popped in and you're new, don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you all for the next one. But these midnights, I mean, I will say one thing: next season they want to sort this shit out, man. This midnight crap. Oh, and also, by the way, folks, the last 2 episodes are going to be shown in cinema in the UK now. Tickets went on sale today. The weird thing is, though, is that it premieres at 11 p.m. in the cinemas, right? And then obviously an hour later, then anybody that's watching on BBC iPlayer or Disney Plus then gets it an hour later, right? So while people are in the cinema and an hour ahead of us, right, we're going to be watching the first episode while they're on the second episode. They'll probably be on the second episode while we're on the first episode. So yes, in some places it's being shown in the cinema. Anyway, we'll leave it there, folks. Have a good one, and I'll see you for the next one. And take care and enjoy your weekend, yeah. And stay safe out there, because the world has gone crazy right now. But just look after yourselves and take care. All right, bye bye.